One of the most amusing things about watching large amounts of code compile is that it makes you feel like you're in the Matrix. Hey guys, I wanted to give you an update. I believe I didn't get you one yesterday. Made some good progress. Crazy good progress. My tomfoolery around the gray panda. Oh my goodness. It's blinking blue. Anyway, my tomfoolery around the gray panda might have worked. I got the same results using the gray panda and the Uno. The reason why this is important is the fix is ridiculously simple. Now, I don't think it's complete, but I got pretty far by editing just 2 little lines. Now we are busy compiling stand back pilot, though I'll just call it that, on the comma 2. It's only pretending like it's running. I've already wiped out the stock. I had a problem loading it the traditional way, so I had to load the stock. You can see that is stock. And now I guess you could say, side loading my port. When I tried to load it using the installer URL, it gave me a compile error. So then I come in and I compile it on my machine here, and everything built without errors, including the panda and pedal code, everything. So I have no idea why it failed. And that's what we're trying to find out. Yes, this stuff has invaded my my sleeping space. That happens. This is a regulated 12-volt power supply I picked up to run the heaters that I'm going to put in my 3D printer cases. The structural, I think structural is the word. Yeah, the structural resin, the stuff that's able to build hard, resilient items that aren't brittle like your typical resin. It's thick, and you need to get it up to a warmer temperature for it to work well. I picked up a mono printer. Traditionally, these SLA printers use an off-the-shelf color LCD panel to expose the resin. The one I picked up, I meant to get the 4K one. I wondered why it was so cheap. Well, the one I got is the standard 2K model. However, in theory, it is able to print between twice as fast, maybe sometimes up to 10 times faster. That only works if you've got very runny resin. It completely mangled some prints, and I eventually found it was easier just to use my old one. My old one has a Z-wobble issue, so the sides of things are not smooth. The new one, the sides were much more smooth if I made them big and chunky, but small things were, the supports were detaching. It's going to need some massaging. I digress. That's why I got this beautiful power supply. But instead, I am using it to provide fake 12-volt power for the Panda here. And we've also got one attached to a set of harness wires. So I am able to power this and have it believe it's connected to a car. Yeah. What I might end up doing, I haven't decided if I need to. I do have an old white Panda, and I can theoretically use a white Panda connected to either of these things, and I can have it replay the data from the car, so I don't have to sit out in the car while I'm testing and compiling and testing and compiling. And car's not a very good place to sit. Public service announcement with regard to sitting in cars. Make sure you move around when you're sitting in cars. I almost died from a massive pulmonary embolism because I was sitting in a car for too long. It's a Bolt. It's a rechargeable car. It takes 8 hours to recharge. So I sat in the car for, 8 hours watching Breaking Bad, and it didn't turn out well. I had previously covered some of this on the channel, and I removed them. They were far too dramatic. But just so you know, scooch around in your seat. Save your family, the early funeral costs. There are much better ways to die than a blood clot in your leg jumping into your lungs. While we've been talking, we've certainly made some progress, but I gotta say, this thing compiles so much slower than the PC. I seem to recall a while back that they may have throttled the CPU, possibly even shut off some cores on it, so compiling might even be slower now than it used to be. Be nice. I don't know if you can compile it on the PC and then copy the compiled version over. I'm not sure if that'll work. I may try it though. Another thing I'm excited to try is running openpilot on a PC. There's a name, I can't remember what they call it, but at a hackathon that Kama had a while back, someone managed to get it running with webcams. So you have to have two. You can take two webcams, you gotta have one pointing toward you and one pointing toward the road, and you can just run it on your laptop. Theoretically. I haven't tried it. I'm kind of excited to try. But, we haven't had a working Bolt port updated since that became a possibility. We are like this close. So, where we are now. I was able, through some iterative processes, to get it to the point that it would... I apologize, I can't remember what point I got to. I got past a whole bunch of crashing. Actually, I'm having a weird issue. Hang on. There's one line that kept crashing on me. In common real time. Here it is. Real time. Set core affinity. This one. This line was failing every time it was called. Such that I had to comment it out. Well, comment it out and then you put a thing in there. Pass, I believe you put pass to make it not run. The thing is, this line was added a year ago. So, and this thing is called in the existing release. Ah, yes, that was the problem. That's what happened. So I got it so it wouldn't, so controls wouldn't crash, but then the camera wasn't working. It seems the latest master branch, which is their latest code, doesn't work on the Comet 2 right now, or wouldn't work on the Eon either. No idea why. I sure hope that's not a harbinger of things to come. They're still selling the Comet 2, so that would be really bad if that's what's happening, but let's cross that bridge. Anyway, so I had to roll my code back. So here's where we are now. We are at dev. I squashed everything into one commit to make it easier to use by others, but these are all the commits that have happened since 0.8.9. This is 0.8.10 here. I was trying to use, but it does not appear to work. on the Comma 2 or the Eon, the camera doesn't work. Doesn't, yeah. I got everything going, and then the camera wouldn't work. So I had to roll it back to this point, the release, which there's no cut over from master into the release. Master is sort of packaged up and put in master-ci, and there's no history associated with that. That's this, I believe. Well, that's the tag, but so I just had to find the last commit prior to the release, which I assume is this one. Now the camera works, but it was being very crashy. Very, very crashy. Oop, here we go. So, that's what we're trying to compile right now. Still going. I was so excited that I was going to be able to announce to the 3 people who are on the community Discord that it was ready for others to test. My bolt is also kind of blocked in, so I can only drive it about 2 feet forward and backward. That's not going to help much. But, well, such is life. I will, of course, keep you posted. As always, thanks for watching.